Hi there, everybody. Karen Roby here with Lance Whitney for Tech Republic. Today, we're talking about how shadow IT could put your organization at risk. And Lance, I think this is something that's really important to share with people. I think a good place to start with just some of the basics here of shadow IT.
Sure. So basically, if you think of an organization with an IT staff, any internal applications or systems or services that employees need to use, the IT people will control and manage that to make sure everything is secure, to make sure passwords are secure, access is secure, etc. Um, what happens with what they call shadow IT is when an employee basically creates an external account that they use internally. So for example, an employee might create an account, let's say with Uber or Lyft, in order to provide rides for other people. They might create an account with something like Constant Contact if they need to generate email campaigns. Or they might even create an account with Amazon or some other retailer to order supplies for their department. The problem here is that when the employee creates this type of account without the knowledge or support of IT, there are some risks involved there. They could create an account that doesn't have a secure password, and that potentially could put the organization at risk.
Yeah, most certainly, Lance. And I know talk a little bit about a lot of this information coming out of this new study that you talk about in your article. Talk a little bit about that and a little more in depth about the type of risks that employees could be opening up the company to.
Yeah, sure, Karen. So 1Password, which is a company that makes a password manager, conducted a survey of people who work for organizations that have an IT staff. And what they found was that a majority of these people, these employees, had created at least one shadow IT account, meaning an account with an external provider without the knowledge of IT. In many cases, the employees who were creating these accounts did not use recommended password security techniques. So in other words, they created maybe a weak password. In some cases, they used the same password across multiple sites. And the danger there is that if one of these external providers ever has a data breach and the employee's password is compromised, then that places some risk on the organization itself, especially if the employee is sharing documents or files or other, let's say, confidential information that the external provider might have access to.
Yeah, and Lance, you talk a little bit about some possible solutions here. We can't, employers can't watch every move that their employees are making, right? So what do they do?
Yeah, that is a problem. I mean, obviously, one extreme solution is to just restrict employees from creating these types of external accounts without the knowledge of IT. The problem there is that employees are not going to like that solution because it restricts their freedom, their flexibility, their creativity. So you want to kind of balance things out. You want employees to be able to find creative and clever ways to do their work, but at the same time, you want to keep your organization and your employees safe and secure. So obviously, since 1Password makes a password manager, that is their recommendation, is to use some kind of password management system within a company. Uh, Obviously, you don't have to go with Password. There are many other password managers on the market. There are programs like LastPass and Dashlane and RoboForm. And the good part about most of these password managers is that they do now offer a business or enterprise level products. So an IT staff can set up these password managers within their organization. They can centrally control and manage the passwords that their employees use both internally and externally.
All right, some great advice there, some things people really need to take into consideration, Lance. We thank you so much for that insight. If you want to learn more about Lance's article and ways to keep your company safe, make sure you check out Tech Republic. Thanks for watching.